So for the choosing of quoting Jesus when he says, I am, in the book of John, I chose from chapter 18, verses 4 through 7, when it states, Then Jesus, knowing all that would happen to him, came forward and said to them, Whom do you seek? They answered him, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus said to them, I am he. Judas, who betrayed him, was standing with them. When Jesus said to them, I am he, they drew back and fell to the ground. So he asked them again, Whom do you seek? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth. I find this impacting to me because when I studied this a couple of years ago to do a study with some men, I found the mercy of God as and you can see it because he displays it, by like the word of his power, how he speaks, I am he, and they draw back and fall to the ground. I find that his mercy, they fall to the ground, but I found it to be his mercy on them because it's like the last chance for them to not only be a witness that he has power and authority, but to really have that last understanding that it is Jesus of Nazareth. He is the King of the Jews. He is the one that God is on him, and so it's just profound to me because it's like you can see and you can hear the patience that God or that Jesus has with the people that want to take his life. And it's just phenomenal how he even is willing to repeat himself. It says in verse 7, it says, he asks them, who do you seek? And it's kind of like, he's like, are you found the one that you're seeking, Jesus of Nazareth, and I show you him, and he who you seek has power, and I've shown you obviously that he has power because you're on your butts because I've spoken you that I am he, and you were blown back onto the ground, falling down, and so it's made clear. And I find it to be merciful of Jesus because I think he gives every man a chance to deny him or accept him. And later on in the chapter, I don't know if it's in John 18 or in the other Gospels where, it writes about Peter cutting off one of the officer's ears and Jesus healing it. And, Passion of the Christ depicts, the man being stunned after Jesus picks up heals his ear. The officer being stunned, and he's convinced, in the movie at least, he's convinced and he seems to believe that Jesus has, that the one that they were seeking is Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, the one given by God, the Christ, the Messiah, that is written in prophecy in the Old Testament. But back to the I am in chapter 18, it's like I said, I see his power and his mercy. And when I first really grabbed hold of this some time ago, a couple of years ago, it was just very impacting to me because, like I said, it just shows God's patience and his graciousness even in the midst. Jesus just got done praying to the Father, take this cup from me, but he says, not my will be done, but yours. Though he's willing, he's still flesh, so he's still nervous and trembling as a man, as a fleshly creature, under the wrath of God. The cup that he's to bear for the sake of mankind and for the will of God, and he still shows his mercy and his patience by showing his authority and power. And so, yeah, that's all I got.